Did you know that Goetheanum 1 was planned to be built in Munich, Germany, but the building proposal was denied in 1911? Rudolf Steiner, born 1896, was an Austrian spiritual philosopher who defined anthroposophy as a path of knowledge, which intends to lead what is spiritual in the human being to what is spiritual in the universe. As a self-taught architect, he designed Goetheanum 1 and 2 as a physical manifestation of his esoteric views. By using tectonic expression, he designed organic functionalist forms characterized by natural organisms that were holistic, with physical, psychological, and spiritual attributes. This was influenced by his mentor Johann Wolfgang von Goethe and his theory on metamorphosis. Application of these design principles are seen in the interior of Goetheanum, one which reflects that of German Expressionism. Expressionism began as an art movement in 1905, notably in Austria and Germany, which displayed distorted and exaggerated imagery to portray the artist's inner self. Architecture influenced by this was recognized after the First World War and was a product of irrationalism, which supported the socio-political revolution at the time. It replaced traditional styles and encouraged creative individualism through abstract and organic forms, constructed in materials such as glass, reinforced concrete, and brick. For renowned German architect Bruno Taut, Expressionist architecture was absolutely palpable utopias. Construction for the first Goetheanum commenced in 1913, Dornach, Switzerland, and continued throughout the First World War, becoming the headquarters for the Anthroposophical Society. Before it burned down in 1922, it accommodated a stage and an auditorium purposed for lectures and mysterious plays. When designing the notable unequal domes, Steiner created a pentagram construction to determine the ideal sizing and layout for it to interlock. It was to show the duality between the spiritual of the stage, beneath the smaller dome, to the physical of the auditorium, beneath the bigger dome. Author Wolfgang Paint stated in his book Expressionist Architecture, "A greater distance between the two domes would have meant their isolation from one another. Any closer, and they would have lost their identity." These innovative domes are an example of tectonic expression because the carefully engineered structure and brace support is an extension of the interior's aesthetic. Additionally, tectonic expression can be identified with Steiner's use of materials by being true to it. For example, he used unpolished concrete for the base as an extension of the rocky subsoil to harmonize with the surrounding environment and to capture the organic contours seen in the lower interior. Timber used in the upper half was ideal for the intricate carvings, enhancing the interior by highlighting the texture and grain from the wood with adhesive Steiner invented. This can be seen with the load-bearing columns in each section that are conjoined by metamorphic carvings above them. The 7 symmetrical columns in the auditorium were significant because they were each made from different types of wood to represent planets, the sun and the moon for the 7 epochs of human evolution. These organic shapes in the overall fluid building were said to mimic the human figure. Similarly, the curved concrete stairs and their details were a product of zoomorphism. Color was also a part of Steiner's mission for expression by creating an otherworldly atmosphere with murals on the ceiling and the engraved stained glass windows. These are a depiction of anthroposophical ideas on human evolution and cosmology through vibrant colors. Each dome, for example, consisted of different color palettes, with the larger dome being considered the day spectrum and the smaller one being the night spectrum. Although the successor, Goetheanum 2, is considered a masterpiece of expressionist architecture, recognition should be given to the more complex first iteration. Not only did Steiner influence others philosophically, but he was a key figure in the crystallization of modern architecture by encouraging expression through form and materiality.